The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Number 32.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 20 carries, 106 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now. Number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
The pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A nice little juke. yards the tally on the return there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And despite the 3 touchdown passes he threw, there's a lot to work on this week, wasn't there?
Oh, ton of interception.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going really with almost a 1-to-1 ratio, that's not going to work for you well at all. Not over the long haul.
It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Yards to go.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
And that's 10 touchdowns on the season for him on the ground. And remember our meeting with the coaching staff, they did share with us that one of their goals for the year was for him to get in the end zone at least 10 times. And that ramps up into their bigger goal to try and get 20 overall as a team.
11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On the tackle. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and...
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
36-yard line.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle is going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Third down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 36-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Juju Smith-Schuster. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the 1st quarter as that's a 1st down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. On play action, they'll throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10.
From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give.
Number 30.
And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Henry on the tackle.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Browns' 18-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Mack Wilson gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
It is good. Makes the score Steelers 10.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
First quarter with the score Steelers 10. Browns, nothing.
Now a handoff looking right. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
28-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete.
The pass.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
He was brought down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
All the competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Holding, receiving team.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Myles Garrett. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a handoff here to his running back. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
The pass.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
2nd and 1 at the 39.
2nd and 1. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10. At the 37-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd down. And 5 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
It is good. Makes the score Steelers 10. Browns.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Short little throw to Ebron. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And 5 at the 28-yard line.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
The pass.
The Browns try to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And the pressure gets to him again. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
And he's going to be brought down backfield. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
It's 3rd down and 8 yards.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And from the 1-yard line, they didn't try and reinvent the wheel, do anything cute. They just gave it to the big back.
You almost get the sense that if you can't get it in from the 1-yard line with your big guy carrying the football, you'll question yourself the rest of the day. They got it done.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Devin Bush. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates
in trouble, and he's taken down.
The quarterback is sacked.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return.
At their own 39-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time
having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back, and essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And that is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
The pass.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Leads to second and goal.
Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic of got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Browns
looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
And that is incomplete.
The pass.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This is 3rd and 10. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by him and setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
A loss of 8 yards. And it's 4th
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down on that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
On the give, this is their fullback. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield.
for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.